If you've been wondering if we're going to see a housing market crash at the end of 2022, that's what I'm going to dive into. I'm going to look at the data, not just from one source, but from many. So let's get into it. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Conor J. I'm a realtor here in Tampa Bay, and I want to break it down to three things for you. I want to look at home price appreciation, I want to look at interest rates, and then I also want to look at home sales, because all three of those are big three components of the market. And so from those, we're going to have a very good idea of what the market's going to be like, whether you're on the buying side or you're on the selling side come at the end of 2022. So if we start with home price appreciation first, what the experts are saying on average is that we're going to see about 10.3% of home price appreciation this year. Now, the one thought leader that I would be looking to personally would be Zelman and Associates. That is the same firm that actually predicted, both the downturn as well as when we were at kind of the bottom when it came to 2008. So this is not a company that's always bullish or anything like that. It's run by Ivy Zelman. She's got a great book, a little plug for her if you haven't read that. But that is a firm that's got a great reputation and is saying that we're going to see 10.3%. And let's look into some of the other fundamentals too, which is kind of some of the layers behind why we're going to see that. So if you look at mortgage rates, what we're going to see is that if inflation continues to rise, which it's kind of getting controlled, but we'll kind of have to see, then mortgage rates will have to go up to partially contribute to normalizing the market. However, if inflation is contained and we see inflation start to come back down a little bit to more of a normal level, then we might actually see mortgage rates come down a little bit. But I would not expect them to come down significantly. I would not be dreaming of the 2s or the 3s anymore. That honeymoon period is over. And I don't think we're ever going to get back to that part of our marriage. Now, based on that price appreciation and mortgage rates, what we're going to see sales-wise is we're expecting sales to kind of normalize to a pre-pandemic level. So we're expecting sales to come down a little bit and be more representative of what the real estate market was like before the pandemic and before everything was absolutely crazy and every home was selling in a matter of 2 blinks. It's honestly been insane. It's been like nothing I've ever seen in my career. So now what does that mean if you're on the buying side, and what does that mean if you're on the selling side? If you're on the buying side, that means that you're going to see homes moderately appreciate from where you're at now. So it won't be like the past couple of years where, if you took 6 months last year, for example, you say you were going to buy in January, you said, I waited, and then you bought in July or something. That 6 months made a huge difference when it came to prices. If you were looking at homes in this price category, all of a sudden the homes that were a little bit below it, that were a little bit crappy and you didn't really like, those homes are the ones that are now at your price category. And the ones that were at your price category are now like an extra 50K above. So you won't see as much of a big difference between now and the end of the year, but you are going to see a little bit. And a few percent difference does make a big difference when it comes to mortgage payments and whether or not you can afford it. When it comes to speculating on mortgage rates, I really wouldn't speculate too much on either side. I would expect mortgage rates to be somewhere around where they are right now. But if I were to go higher or lower, I would probably say higher, because I don't think inflation is fully contained. I don't think it's really going anywhere. And I think the Fed's going to have to do more to contain it. Now, on the buying side, you are going to see more options available as inventory increases. So that's not only going to help you get more options in terms of making sure you're buying something that you actually love and not compromising too much, but you're also going to have a little bit more leverage when it comes to negotiation. That AC unit that is a piece of crap and not working anymore, you're going to be able to negotiate that more and get a credit for it, or have them fix it, or the house that needs to be tinted, or the foundation that has cracks, or whatever it is. You're not going to have to accept it anymore per se. You're going to have a little bit more negotiation room to try to get the seller to make some of those concessions. Now, if you're on the selling side, what I would be expecting is by the end of the year, I would expect, increased mortgage rates and increased inventory to make selling a little bit more difficult. Prices will have increased a little bit moderately, but you're also going to have less negotiation leverage. So if right now you can still sell your home with multiple offers and maybe get buyers to accept a little bit more work than they otherwise would, and at the end of the year, they're like, screw you, we need the new roof, we need the new AC unit, then that little bit of price appreciation might be kind of negligible. So me preferably, I would probably sell, if you're going to sell this year, sooner rather than later, while we still have pretty low inventory. We've got about 3 months of supply of inventory on the market. A normal market is 6 months. And what that means is that if no one else would put their home on the market, in 3 months, all the homes would be sold. 6 months is a normal market. Below that would be more of a seller's market. So I would be in a market, if I were you, where there's limited competition. So you've got a much better chance to get a top dollar offer and to have a bidding war, which is the best way to maximize your net. So there you go, guys. There is what the data is saying as far as a housing market crash at the end of 2022. Just doesn't look like it's gonna happen. The data is just really not supporting it. But I'd love to hear your comments below, whether it's on home price appreciation, where you think that's going to go, on mortgage rates, as well as on sales and supply of inventory. So drop a comment below, and I'd love to hear your perspective. If you like this video, go ahead and give it a like to show me some support, and make sure I keep making videos like this. And if you want to learn more about real estate, whether it's keeping up to date in the market or specific topics like this, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I make more videos just like this, super easy to understand and nice and straightforward. But that's it for me, guys. So until next time, this is Conor Green. Have a blessed day.